What's going on, my peeps? It's your boy Lem with Ascot and Hats Real Talk. We got a real treat for you guys today. We are interviewing executive chef Frankie Becerra and bar manager Joe Bruner, both from the University Club atop Symphony Towers right here in downtown San Diego. On this episode, we're going to be discussing their collaboration with food and beverage, their synergy in working together at the University Club. We're going to be discussing how their mentors played a very influential part in their lives. And most of all, this is going to be great. They've put together a wonderful appetizer and a great spirit for us to try. So stay tuned as we interview Chef Frankie, bar manager Joe, both from the University Club. This episode of Ascot and Hats Real Talk.
Thank you for joining us this wonderful evening. For, of course, some wonderful cocktails and wonderful food brought to you by the staff from the University Club. So with us today, we have the executive chef, Chef Frankie, and then we have the bar manager, Joe.
Joe, there you go. That was actually pretty good.
Well, thank you. When I'm not interrupted, I do all right.
No, honestly, I thought that was pretty good. Really? No, I think it was pretty good. It was good?
It was good. It was all right. Glad to be here.
Yeah.
No, man, I think this is freaking sick. So we invited you all to come here thinking we were just going to, we were going to talk, we were going to share stories. Mm-hmm. And then you all show up with your A game, right?
We can't turn it off.
No. Cannot turn it off. You got some shots of it.
Oh, hell yeah.
Before we started, right?
Yes, sir.
So we're gonna share that with people, like two people watching this fucking show. and then
except not the one from Fresno. Yeah.
But I think we should just dive in first.
Oh yeah.
I think we should dive in first, and if y'all can share stories about what was your motivation and thoughts behind what you guys have created here before we dive into that. I think it'll kick us off, right?
Absolutely.
It'll send us in a direction.
And why there's no A1 sauce?
In the damn A1 sauce.
I left the A1 sauce at home, for sure.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, it's not allowed in this house, but
Food and beverage, they go hand in hand. Mm-hmm. We have a great ability to collaborate together.
Yes, you do.
Right?
Yes, you do.
It's organic, it's creative, it's seasonal, it's what's happening in the industry or where we want to see things going, the trends. No
expressive.
No matter how much we're we want to be individuals, everyone's doing something and you want to make your brushstroke on it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. What's cool about food and beverage is they can go individually. You can go out and have beverages all by themselves, and you can go out and have food and maybe, whatever it is.
Right.
But then when you combine the magic of both on all levels of collaborating in flavor profile, right? Maybe regionality, you're going south of the border and using things that are local to your environment.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And so our conversation started of hey, this is a food and beverage team that represents this very particular space, the University Club, Top Symphony Tower, which you guys are very much familiar with.
Uclub, baby.
Yeah. You've been there, right?
I think so.
A couple of times. Yeah.
You've been there.
I think I've seen you
and
there
if we
before.
don't go, we can't be there. So keep going back, okay?
I think we help.
Yeah, you do.
Wait,
we help.
I think the bill is due right about now.
Oh, shit.
I'm not the guy who does the billing, so don't worry
Is
about
it down?
Is it the 15th of the month already?
Already. I'll Venmo you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's a different conversation from a different person.
We'll do that offline.
They're not allowed on the show.
Right? No. Counting is not allowed.
Accounting is not allowed.
I'm not sorry, Anthony.
No, we're not sorry.
And so some of the conversation is what are we going to do? Joe has plenty of experience making all sorts of different types of cocktails, and then vice versa on making all sorts of different types of food.
Yes.
How do you consolidate two thoughts to make one idea when there's so many different layers and things that are involved with it?
I'm sorry to interrupt. So in your guys' estimation, this is a collab of both spirit and food to convey an idea. Kind of a cohesive idea?
I like to cook seasonally.
Mm.
Oh.
So I think strawberries in summer just taste better.
Shut up.
Winter squash in the winter. tastes better.
Yeah.
You know what I
No, I
mean?
like
Like
that.
we in California, we have the ability to eat whatever we want, right? It's
we
like,
don't participate in the seasons.
Constantly.
Yeah, it's just like there is no season, right? Like San Diego, we have two seasons. We got shoes and we got flip flops.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, that's
when it's
what
too
we-
cold to wear your flip flops, you put your shoes on, and that's about it.
It's called the Suntex.
It's
Truth.
And so when we had this conversation, it's like, what are we gonna make? Because he can make whatever cocktail and I can make whatever food. But it's like, where are we gonna go? Because what's happening next in the season? Like looking forward, right, while being present. And we're coming into summer. It's warm, right? We're starting to feel it. Everyone's getting outside. We're starting to buy some new board shorts and starting to, sunscreen stock is starting to up a little bit. It feels warmer. It feels like San Diego. We have had our May Gray and stuff like that. But where are we going in the season? And I love stone fruit, peaches, plums, apricots. All these different things are so versatile. So this is going to be interesting on this dish because sometimes fruit and fish is a very interesting combination.
Why?
I think just like fish and like cheese is also like one of those things.
I
Like
mean, like the profiles don't.
just like sometimes they can maybe not work as seamless as like peanut butter and jelly or
Okay.
like different things.
So you have to be a little bit.
That's
more
a little bit
careful.
more finessed. I'm just not going to put like strawberries with tuna. But we decided that San Diego, it's influenced by the ocean. And how I love seafood.
Yeah.
I think it's clean, it's easy, it's
Very clean.
tasty, right?
Fantastic protein.
It's nice to have with a cocktail.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
So it's like what things
Light,
work like
right.
like what play together.
And all the flowers are right in bloom now too.
Yeah.
And so as we
light,
built
bright,
this dish, we're
refreshing.
like, what's the next thing that's cool
Yeah.
and yummy?
Yeah.
And then how do we combine forces? And he was like, well, like what? Like we're like stone fruit. And he's like, dude, I can make a killer peach cocktail. And I'm like, that sounds yummy. What do I do that can complement
Yeah.
your cocktail while using peaches? So I'm not going to put peaches with fish, but I'm going to find different sources of that kind of flavor profile that could work in this avenue. And then when we taste, hopefully the connection between the peach and the cocktail and the peach vinegar that I sourced from like one of these local
There's
artisan.
peach vinegar in there?
There's a peach vinegar that is
I didn't even
done
know
here.
that. Did you know that existed? I didn't know
No,
peach vinegar
hell
existed.
no. I'm ready to dive in. This
Yeah.
is A1 sauce.
Yeah, you
But yeah,
for all
the
different
A1's on the
profiles.
bottom.
I did not know that existed.
One of the local cool olive oil companies here in San Diego, and a lot of it's like local too. Like I went to our produce purveyor, especially produce. They have a really amazing selection of local farmers market things that are coming from local farms here. Probably just right up the street, even too.
Yeah, I mean, we have a wonderful farmers market right up the street here. So we're located here in Escondido, and it's just a wonderful place.
Keep talking to him about it. He keeps doing it.
So
Tell me about it.
lots of little farm fields up there, so it's great when they have their little expositions. You can go over there, you can buy honeys, buy roulades, and what have you. I mean, especially the vinegars, like apple cider vinegars, peach vinegars.
Nice.
So they have all that stuff.
Yeah.
And so I went to the farmer's market. They have a special section. And I just grabbed things that are local. The dish, it shows the essence of San Diego. It pairs with, hopefully, the flavor of this cocktail. It's locally sourced. It's hyper seasonal. These are things that
Did you know what you wanted when you got there? Or you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, so,
We talked about it for a little while.
yeah, we talked,
Yeah.
we deliberate. Like,
Which came first, the cocktail or the dish?
I think they organically came like at this, like, it was like, we were going to go like, do we do steak? Do we do seafood? Is it raw? Is it cooked?
It was one of these type of things. At the same time, like he would say something, and I would go somewhere, and then we would then we came together to like this dish with this cocktail. It was like I was going to go one way, then he was going to go another way, and then we came back to this. And it was
So we've chatted about this before.
yes,
My first experience, really kind of sitting and going through the process that you guys are kind of describing right now, where you have this creative moment and then you start picking ingredients that kind of speak to that creativity or whatever it is like what you're trying to say, I guess.
Well,
with
usually
the
it's an
food or
individual
the
experience, and it's really amazing to be able to collaborate with other industry professionals on connecting it. Because, like, there's no one else writing a bar menu beside, like, besides him in that time being inspired by maybe things he wants to drink or new flavor profiles that he wants to share. Just like when I create dishes, I'm usually by myself or with my culinary team trying to find different things. And so it's usually just an individual sport. It's not like...
What you do too?
At the same time, though, when he starts talking, I get inspired from him, from the food, to where it's like, okay, shit, like this came out, I'm going to do this to go with that because he's talking about this and seasonality. I've never been so hyper-seasonal in my entire life.
But you've kind of gleaned that from this relationship.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's cool because like he'll...
So you guys are in a relationship.
They're in a seasonal relationship.
It's seasonal. It's not just
the season's gonna,
just right now.
The season can come to an end. And a new season can start at any time.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
But that's the idea is like, and it's cool to like have a safe place that like, hey, what you said isn't. I don't think that's gonna work. Yeah. Let's try something else. And being able to like that's really collaborating. Is like not only being like, hey, the first thing that you said sounds great because maybe you did it. Right? Maybe you did it. Yeah. Because you're not gonna break through any like new ground or discover new things if you're just like, yeah, cool, first option sounds great.
Roger.
Because it's never, right? Yeah. Maybe you do get lucky sometimes. You throw the Hail Mary in the first quarter and you
So Chef, you said you're creative. A lot of the times you can be creative on your own by yourself. We can do that. Do you do that as well, Joe? Or do you need like inspiration, like other bartenders there or like other people to like taste or whatever?
It's a great question. I think I do be creative by myself a lot at the house or like thinking about cocktails in my mind. But what also plays into the factor, which I learned a lot at the University Club, is like I want people to enjoy it. And so like their opinion, what they're into, like what they want is like that plays a lot into how I just create my cocktail menu or how I create these drinks because I want everyone to like enjoy it and come back for more. I want to keep selling drinks, keep like everyone just getting hammered and loving the cocktails.
That's why Jacob is drunk before happy hour because he's tasting.
Because we're always experimenting, and that's important.
You think that's the only reason?
It's one of the reasons.
One of the many.
But yeah, the creativity is always like just part of it. I think that plays into because I'm here for the people. Like it's a really social job.
Well, because it's hospitality. I mean, no matter what you look at, food and beverage falls into hospitality.
But even what your industry is, your creativity and what you bring to it, and your mark on your industry, regardless of what it is, and like your flair it comes from somewhere. Either it's been inspired by something else or taking those things in and applying it to like you or your business or your industry or your brand or whatever it is. You need to be able to separate yourself in a way that is inviting to other people, captivates them no matter what it is, and it makes them want to like pay attention a little bit more.
Well, with Lem talking about getting drunk, it's like I think we should pivot here and let Joe tell us about this wonderful cocktail we have in front of us.
That's a good pivot.
We can do this pairing.
Great transition.
Great transition.
He's on fire right now.
He is, man.
You've done this before.
There's a drink in front of me, so these things do happen.
I've been rude the whole time. I've been drinking the drink this whole time.
I know.
We noticed. Yo, Chef is that way. He kept saying
just kept
and as I was saying, I paired it seasonally. And
I can see the rinse lines moved a little
If he
bit.
had gone for the fish, that would have been it. You'd have been like, all right, no, wait a minute.
It's not going to eat itself.
No, exactly.
But we were talking about stone fruit, hyper seasonality. I did a white peach puree here with the orgeat, a little bit of amaretto, a little bit of citrus.
I don't know what orgeat is.
Orgeat is almond syrup, so made from almonds.
Okay.
So it has like this stone fruit, almond tart kind of inspiration was behind that. But talking about to pair with the fish as well. And then we got a rum cask finish redemption rye.
So that's your base spirit.
That's the base spirit is the rye in there. It has a little bit of a kick to it, but with the rum cask, it kind of goes into a little tiki-ness with the orgeat, the amaretto.
And
also
that's probably influenced with the tiki with like some of this like coastal cultural kind of thing with fish. Here we are again, tiki on an island.
Exactly.
Surrounded by the ocean.
Did you have something to do with the tiki?
Yeah, and I'm looking at these coasters. Are you promoting another brand?
Look at the tiki. Look at the tiki bar.
Tiki bar behind us too.
They're going to have to pay.
We're in the tiki bar
We
tonight.
need ducats, skrillers, greenbacks, dead presidents.
All right, stop talking. Can we drink now?
Yeah,
Again.
cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for coming. Thank you.
Buckle up, gentlemen.
Chef, how does it taste?
It's going to be hard to have just one. I know that. It's really good.
It's on the sweeter side a little bit.
And what's
I'm just
cool
taking the
about
nose.
like what he's saying, using the almonds and stuff like this, like peach tart, almonds and peaches, and like that nuttiness and that like that roundness that you get from
That's really good, bro.
It's really
Thank
good.
you very much.
Like this is like I want to be next. I want to be on a beach.
I need one of these sometime this week.
There you go.
I need 3
Drinks
of these.
super
Yeah.
easy,
Super
and
easy.
it has texture.
Yeah.
That must be the
viscous.
From the puree.
Yes,
Yeah.
has a little bit of viscous, but not like pulpy viscous.
Right.
Smooth kind of.
Yeah, exactly.
Like maybe from the oil or the almond or something.
That makes the orgeat mixed with
making
the
shit
puree. I think is
Yeah.
what is blended
You know what
together.
this reminds me a little bit of? You probably know. Corn out of luau special, false idol.
Ooh,
Just
man.
a little bit.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Maybe that's where I got the inspo. I don't even know.
Could have been.
Do we need plates?
No, I figured we could use just like a little,
Okay.
Yeah,
very
you use
good.
the
little
sabers
swords
there,
or
see?
sabers or
Very good.
what have you. But so
It's a good drink.
right, it makes
impressed
you want to
with
be on a
myself.
beach. There you go. And if I'm on a beach somewhere and I'm having the opportunity to have nicely prepared seared seafood. Like I was saying, this is a super local company, Pure Fish. It's just brought in it's Indonesian tuna, so obviously warm water, like really amazing quality. And then with the local vegetables, we did Calca onions, which are these purple spring onions that are coming out of the ground right now. Light, sweet, not very like aggressive. And then purple ninja radishes, and then we laid off the radish because I think the radish is like the texture and it's a little bit of spice. The radish gives us the flour, and the radish gives us the greens. Okay. So, and then with that peach vinegar, we just did like a real nice little simple dressing, Himalayan sea salt, and some local like really good extra virgin olive oil.
Damn, chef.
And so it's just
I'm like, what?
they just tell us, it's like let the product stand for itself. The colors are amazing. The
smells
textures are like
delicious.
really good.
Can we eat it now?
Absolutely.
I want to point out the elephant in the room, the sociopath. Don't move the knife now. The way you just whipped it out and and we all just
it's
kind
my-
of.
And we didn't look at you in the eye after that.
Yeah.
It's what I'm going to use to eat.
Oh, okay.
I came prepared. I knew he was making food.
like it.
Where's that knife been?
Yeah. Well, he
My
said
pocket the whole time.
it's a life knife.
Clean jeans.
Yeah.
It's always in my
It's
pocket.
sliced
off of
thin.
that,
It's
like
EDC.
it's got some like seaweed crusted with some sesame seeds
Oh,
to
that's
help
right.
with
On the
the.
outside.
It helps with like the ocean connection.
Lem, you first.
Okay, yeah.
Get
let
in
go.
there.
You want to use my knife, bro?
Yeah, no, I'm good.
So
I'm just
Please
gonna pick it
enjoy.
up like that.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
There we go.
Huh?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
There you
good.
go.
Yeah.
There you
Go,
go.
baby.
Like a little skewer there.
I guess I could have made him into skewers too, huh? But
That's got to be sick.
I think the
Chef.
delivery looks better like this on a plate because then you can put all the flowers across the
It
top.
just it look
Very
it
elegant.
looks really pretty.
It do look pretty.
Go ahead,
Chef
Jacob.
always eats last.
Another little saber.
Chef, you did an amazing job.
About that is like you like to watch our reactions.
Well,
That's a good question.
I do it with my cocktails as
it's
well.
true. And maybe it's not like, I think it's just like the courtesy of the expression of cooking, right? It's like, I'm providing this service for you. When we go and have a meal together and we want to enjoy like at the same time, it's one thing. But when I'm cooking for people,
You want to, yeah.
this is like, here's this service for you. And when you're done enjoying, usually like we have our time to,
I'm no chef.
Damn, chef.
It was really good.
When I cook for my family, I do
very
the same
nicely
thing.
done.
Like,
right?
how-
I want
how's
you
it
to
taste?
enjoy first,
Yeah.
right? And then I'm like, and then I can have what's either what's
is
left or,
And the drink, man.
Hey, thank you.
yeah.
Girl.
But, you
Yeah,
know,
cheers to you both.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you.
Cheers.
Salud.
Thank you again.
Yeah.
That
Good
is
drinking,
freaking
clean eating.
fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! Wait, yeah, could you drink it afterwards?
Yeah. Oh, man.
So it's just fun. I don't know. And it's nice to like share this and again, like our story with it too, like how we got here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have a tremendously refined palate in terms of the relationship between like a spirit and food. Truthfully, traditionally, I drink and then I eat. I don't do them together
Yeah,
because
can see
I
that.
find that I can't experience. Because I'm a big whiskey guy, obviously. Everybody knows that. So I can't experience the nuances of the spirit, right? If it's being kind of muddied by the flavors of the food, and then vice versa. Like I want to experience that steak or that,
On their own.
Yeah.
on their own
Yeah.
because it was meant to be that way. So it is interesting to me, and I think I was alluding to it before, that my first experience was when I had collaborated with you guys on an event we did on a whiskey release, right? And that was honestly, as a person who's not in the industry, was amazing because we didn't really talk about food. we talked about like why I was doing it, my background. You guys were asking like where my family was from and what kind of foods do I like, and I was like, dude, I'm getting interviewed or something. It was a really interesting experience.
And that was our first time doing it, right? I think, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
it was first.
But you know what? I told him it was, and I've put together events. That was one of the most well thought out events. Then the food, the
Okay,
whiskey.
but that was because of them.
Yeah, and it was so intentional.
Because I had such an
it was
experience in that boardroom when we were sitting there. We were sitting there with the bottles, with Sean, who was talking about the background of the distiller and what his vision was for that spirit. And then Chef was being inspired by the conversations of like where I come from and like the vibe I'm giving from the brand. And then you're just listening the whole time.
Yeah.
And you actually didn't even say a whole lot. You were just taking it all in.
Just absorbing that
And
information.
then afterwards you started telling me like, so I'm thinking here and here. And I'm like, what the hell, dude? And people just were getting blown away. It was like a buildup. It's like they get the plate. And then they get the spirit. And then they got the plate. And they're like, oh my God. And then as they're...
Well, then the cocktail as well.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And then that build up, and they're all kind of engaged and having conversations and like, oh my God, this was so great. It reminds me of this. And then bam, they get hit with the next course.
But then Chef comes out and describes the pairing of the
Which
food.
was key.
And
so did Joe.
Yeah, and Joe, yeah.
That was so
perfect.
key. And I got you drunk.
No. At the end, Chef comes out and goes, fuck it, just eat.
Because at that point, there's been so much like of the process, and I think it's nice to just be like, let's be present in the moment, right?
Hell
And
yeah.
let's enjoy your company, the people who you invited here.
And you can look around the room and you're like, everybody's having a blast right now.
Yeah.
We're good.
But the process for all things, that whiskey or your event or anything else like that, is an accumulation of so much effort. There's a lot of time, there's a lot of focus, there's a lot of specific movements. And that's all part of like our process too, is like paying attention to those processes, how that spirit, how your spirit came into play, all the effort and all your conversations, all your thought to making it go into action, the whole process, it coming to the bottle, finally ready to taste. And it wouldn't be, we wouldn't do our jobs to pay that process. You know, like how do we give our respect and our process to the amount of time, work, effort, energy from all sorts of different people to get to that one thing.
But not everybody can do that, man.
Yeah.
Not everybody can do that.
Well, because it's an
I don't know. I think everybody can. I just think it's important to us that we also help tell that story. And that's it. Or highlight certain points of it, whether it's you personally, because it's your like this and like who are you?
Right.
Yeah.
And how do we communicate that without communicating it at all? Like, hey, this is a little bit of like where you come from or who you are and why this thing.
And you guys were doing it with what was on the plate and how it was on the plate, and then how the spirit was introduced, and then the substrate how the cocktail was introduced, and then the substrate spirit. It was just a really sensory experience. Is really what it was.
The guests were comfortable based on the conversation, the interview process that you guys were taking Mike through. And it was like all of us felt welcome at the event, but most of all, we felt welcome at the dinner table. And it's like people that we really didn't know all that well, we got to know them more that night. Because really, you had to say, guys, you guys gotta go now. Like, we were there like after. It was like
you
we're
don't
trying to
have to go
shut
home.
down.
Exactly.
And we just
You
would
have to go
not
home,
leave
but you can't stay here.
based on everything that was put together.
Right.
And
Yeah,
I
everybody
really
was.
appreciated that. Yeah.
They were lingering, talking, and sharing.
So that leads me to a question for the both of you, and either one of you go first. What inspired you to go into this industry, and why do you take it so seriously? Because like Mike said, not everybody does that. You guys are intentional. You take your time. You're systematic. You put it together. You ask questions. So I'm gonna go with Joe and then Chef, if you will.
Great question. I think what drew me into the industry, because I was hotel management before this, and I think it leads into an emotion. Like everything we do, drinks, food, it's all the emotion. I have a lot of friends that are not in the industry, and they go, "Oh, I went to so and so restaurant the other day. Great, what'd you have? Oh, I don't know. I just had a great time." That's all it is.
Right.
And it's all about like And Chef Frankie and I think we love to party and hang out and have a good time. Like we always love to have fun and just be in motion. And I want to be like that. Like we all want to be the center of creating a good time. And I think the best part, bartenders, everyone goes to the bar.
Yeah.
And I could be, I'm in the middle. Like everyone comes to me. And I love being the person that everyone comes to have a good time.
Yeah.
And so I think that invoking that emotion of fun, happiness, light, and then it was like, man, I don't know what we did last night, but I had a great time with you. I don't remember what it was, but it was awesome.
Yeah.
I think that's what really drew me into the industry.
Okay.
For me, that's
When did you start?
I actually moved back. I was in hotel management in Hawaii, and I moved back here in 2017, I think that was. So 7 years ago. My best friend is the executive chef of a restaurant at Urban Wood, and he had his own restaurant. I saw him grow up through the industry and do a bunch of restaurants and all that fun stuff. I was like, wow, that always looks fun. Like he's having a great time. Like I was like, oh, maybe something to do with that. And then when I got here, I started at the beginning again. I started over. I was a busser at Born and Raised when we opened that restaurant.
Were you really?
Yeah,
I didn't
went
know
down
that.
to a busser. Yeah, but I did every job in that restaurant. And that restaurant also has six or seven different restaurants, and I worked at 3 of them at the same time because I lived in the middle of all of them.
Okay.
So I went from that one, I would close that one, then I'd open this one at 8 a.m. shucking oysters over there, then I would go close down Craft and Commerce as the bar back, then I'd go work at False Idol, then I'd help with the batching, then I moved to Morning Glory after COVID. It's just, so that whole company, and that's kind of what brought me that experience of doing all those jobs and then doing all the events and going out to everything has really put me to where I am today. Like all my mentors have been doing it for 20 years.
Yeah.
I've been doing it for maybe 6 to 7.
And Joe gets the best part of his investment into his part of the industry is going out and having fucking fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
He gets to go out and party.
That's why I love my job.
What am I, how do I become a better bartender?
Yeah.
I'm
Exactly.
going to go see other bartenders.
Yes.
And then everyone,
And then wait, you get to party.
Let me try that one.
Yeah.
Let me try that
Yeah.
one.
Let me taste that.
and then the best part too is like, hey Joe, we just got this new whiskey. Do you want to try it? Here, hey, keep this bottle. It's on me.
Right.
And then it's
Right.
like all the time.
Because all they want you to do is pour it.
Yeah, or sell it.
Or sell it.
And then you should see my desk. It's littered with bottles of whiskey.
I'm going to put them on a pedestal too, because not just that, it's the competitions as
Competition.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's been a fun.
What do you mean?
So all the different
said, "What do you
cocktail
mean?"
competitions that he's involved
Oh,
with.
yeah.
See,
Absolutely.
It's another way for bartenders to get out there and express themselves, practice and continuously hone their skills.
that's a good
And
point.
create those
Joe here
networks.
has won
actually.
several
Well, it's just like every other
competitions.
athletic competition you get in. You got to size up.
Exactly.
And then, and then if you don't win, where did I come short? And then this is how I continue to it's a little bit of a 360 perspective, right? Like,
And I think
Did you
before,
win any of these competitions?
Because we attended
I heard maybe you won one.
Wait a minute, what were we doing? Joe.
So what was the last one you won?
I won the Guy Fieri one with Santo.
Oh, that's
Tequila.
it?
That's it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well, that's all it
Just
was.
tequila,
Yeah.
just
That's
the one with
pretty
Guy
sick,
Fieri.
bro.
That was a fun time. Hey,
Congrats.
thank you very much.
Congratulations,
Hey, it was a lot to
winners
win. Hey, winners
That's
win.
right.
Thank
That's
you.
right.
This is empty.
Oh, you
I
liked
know.
it.
That's
you like
That's
it?
a personal problem.
It was delicious.
Yeah, because that was just a small competition. That whole building was packed.
That was so. That one was.
Yeah, I couldn't get in.
I had to fight through the mosh pit to get to the front.
I couldn't get in.
That one was actually life changing, for lack of a better term, because it was 300 people were in there. I won the competition. All the other ones I was there, and you guys helped out a lot by being there. And winning that one had I did some other podcasts. We had another video that just kind of skyrocketed the University Club through the roof, honestly. Because when I first got the job 2 years ago at University Club, I would go, hey, and I went to all the events, and then everyone was, oh, hey, Joe, where are you at now? I go, University Club. I go, what's that?
Yeah.
I go, what?
Yeah.
My gosh. Because I worked at A&M, all these well-known restaurants, and I had to do this whole thing now. It's actually it's been around since 1909. It's been there for forever. You guys don't even know what it is.
Different demographic. though.
Different demographic.
Yes.
100%. 100%.
not 100%. But mostly.
Several demographics. Yeah.
We changed it a little bit.
This is going to make me sound old as hell, but I didn't know any of the places he was talking about earlier until I met you guys.
Yeah. I didn't go out anywhere until I met all of you guys.
Oh, yeah, your one birthday last year.
That's because your passport's different.
Oh my gosh. I hate to do this early, but my goodness.
We've only had one drink.
I'm sorry, we interrupted. Go ahead. I forget where we were. What were we talking about?
The
just
competition,
where
University Club.
and then where University Club is at
Yeah.
now. And I think now with Frankie and then me and then going out to doing all these things, like we did Del Mar Food and Wine Festival, and we were like a big hit over there. And then we got invited back.
I've never been to that one. I got to go to
Isn't
that.
that in October?
No, it's brand new.
Oh, it's brand
It was
new?
the first annual last year. Troy Johnson, who is on like the Food Network and does all these like things with, big brand food stuff. He
owns San Diego Magazine.
He put this event on because we don't have like a food and beverage focused.
Yeah.
Like
They just started announcing that though.
yeah, it was last
For
year.
October.
Yeah, they let us cruise down. They sponsored a booth for us to hang out for 2 days, which is awesome. And
Will you guys be back this year?
we got invited back. We're only going
Let's
to do
go.
one day.
Okay. What
Instead
day?
of two, I think it's going to be this Saturday.
Okay.
That was the better.
We
day.
will be there.
summer?
October.
Yeah,
We there.
Yeah, we there.
We there.
Yeah.
With bells on.
Bells
yeah,
on.
and it's
Chef Joe. Chef
and it's
Joe.
amazing times to see what else is going on
Exactly.
with like what like you're saying. Like I've never seen or heard of these restaurants before.
That's right.
These guys are out here just kind of just grassroots marketing.
Yeah.
Here we are. We're just here. I am, and people are like, oh, University Club. What is
So
this?
Chef, again, same question. What led you?
Mine's a little bit less whimsical. Like mine.
Not drinking, just
Yeah.
having fun and partying.
Mine was I've always been in the restaurant industry, and for the long time I did all the jobs that Joe did as well.
Yeah.
I was a busser, I was a bar back, I was a bartender, a server. I did all the stuff because the hospitality industry was honestly it was super flexible.
Yeah.
It was amazing money.
Yeah.
So it allowed my San Diego lifestyle. Like I go surf, I could just be in and out. I was working very little, making enough money to
You're an
be
outdoorsy guy.
sustainable.
You like to go do stuff.
Yeah, I like to be out there, and I like to follow the seasons. And when it's snowing in the mountains, I'm snowboarding.
Yeah, how could you not in San Diego? I mean,
Yeah, we have the privileges
why we
of
live
doing
here.
that stuff, right?
Right.
And I came. Yeah, it's amazing. I came to the part of looking at what outlets can the hospitality industry offer me in terms of careers. And I come from like a kitchen family table, like a kitchen family or a kitchen table family where we sat down at the table every day. We had dinner. If like very rarely was the TV on.
Yeah, everyone talked about their day.
Yeah, we're just like
sharing.
yeah, it's just an opportunity for us to hang and shoot the shit and like.
Your parents were Italian, right?
So my biological dad has a lot of like Latin and Italian flavor in him. My stepfather is like Lithuanian Eastern Bloc, but he did all the cooking. Yeah, he did all the cooking. So it was like every day.
Love that food, dude.
Yes.
But we never. It wasn't like pierogies and like we had some borscht and we did some stuff like that too. But it was just like normal everyday dinners and. Like I like to be outside. I didn't want to sit in my notebook, and I found excuses.
You didn't want to be in a cubicle.
I just wasn't very focused on my studies. I was like too busy like trying to be the best athlete I could be, and like I was outside and doing like different things, and those things stimulated me more than making sure I was in calc or something like that. Like,
I think that translated a lot into being a chef, though. There's a lot of...
and because of that, because I found any excuse not to do like my studies, that I was like, "Yo, Pops, can I help you out making dinner?" And like, of course, he's like, "Sure." It's like it's taco night.
Yeah.
Cool. Let me cut the onions and the tomatoes.
Yeah.
Like, and so I really picked up a knife at a very young age, and then that transpired to that like, just that I don't know that expression of like providing this food, and then even when I moved out. And I was like living by myself and like, with the roommates and stuff. And it was like, oh, Padre game's on. Like, I got it. I'll grill. Or I got it. I'll make food.
You enjoy doing
and
that.
I just enjoyed the process.
Yeah.
And then when I was at that turning point of like, dude, what am I going to do? And I was like, well,
Professional surfer.
Yeah, exactly. That wasn't in the cards for sure. Although I do enjoy the process.
Yes. Hell yeah.
But that was definitely and being realistic with myself, right? Like, what are you really going to do?
I want to be Superman.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I want to be young and good looking, but
those
days are gone.
I didn't get the card.
Yeah.
I used to be pretty.
Yeah. We all know what happened.
Yeah, we've had that discussion.
Yeah, you didn't keep it up.
And so I was like, listen, I have this interest in food. Let's try this culinary thing. And I never wanted to be kind of the chef that I am now because, I wanted to use food as an ability to like live that same lifestyle. Snowing in the mountains. Clear my schedule.
So you just wanted freedom.
I just wanted freedom.
Yeah.
And I thought food could
You
provide
are a
that.
pirate.
Yes.
You
I am.
are a pirate.
Well, as we've discussed, all men
Yeah.
gravitate towards.
No, all
pirates
men
and so
want to be
forth.
pirates.
Yes.
Yeah. And I live that lifestyle.
That's why I have a
Yes,
collection
you
of
want to be a
swords.
pirate. You just don't know it.
We have a Jolly Roger flying
You're a
outside.
pirate and you don't know
You
it.
will not force me into your idiosyncratic thinking.
Yes.
Wait, Lem, you're from London.
Shut the hell up. So what?
Englishmen always want to be pirates.
No,
That's how they came
the
here.
pirates used to take them out.
I know, but where did all the pirates
We used to
originally
try-
come from?
they used to
That's
try
they all,
them.
the
Yeah.
pirates they all
That is true.
originated
They all originated
From
by
England.
defecting.
Listen, don't get it twisted.
Where did they learn how to sail?
Yeah.
The English Navy.
They're like, England sucks. I'm going to the Caribbean.
Where they have
Now, there you go,
There you
man.
go.
See what I'm saying?
they
Good
have
food and
Right.
okay.
Oh
They
yeah,
have
oh
warm
yeah,
weather.
all of a sudden the
Somebody
platano,
else will
right?
watch this.
Now you want some platano.
Chef, what was your? Is the university club, not to put Uclub on the spot, but is that your
Too late.
dream job position, head chef there, or
I'd love to hear
did you
this answer.
stumble on it?
Yes, it's his priority job, but
Yeah.
go ahead, bro.
Well, because I think
Brian, he loves you. He loves you, Brian.
Loves you, Brian.
I think we can both. We have
Keep
like
the
the
check
same.
going, Brian.
All thumbs.
I think I'm kind of just like a passenger on this like this voyage of food right now,
Yeah.
and I don't want to put myself. I don't have like the I'm gonna be this guy and I want to own my own business by this time and I'm gonna make this food forever and like
You don't approach it that way.
no, I just like I didn't. And again, not to put the Uclub on like all Uclub, but I didn't know. I'm a third generation San Diegan.
Same
I'm
here.
born and raised in this community, and
I didn't know
not
that
even
was
too
either.
far, and not even too far away from here, right?
Yeah.
And so, but the club is something completely different in terms of restauranting than the places that we come from. The independent
Oh, yeah.
restaurant
Yes.
world, and
Yeah.
the way that we run the race in those boxes and those programs, it's for different accolades.
Yeah.
Like coming up to the U Club has been a great opportunity to like get reconnected to my community because the places that we come from, like these are like the social networking influencers.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who's on whose Instagram's doing what. You guys are the like influencers of the community and where the community of San Diego is going. We have highly influential people up there.
Very
you
influential
guys,
people.
right?
Yeah.
Like these are the who's
The
know
mayor?
of
Yes.
the developing
mayor, right.
future of the place that I'm from.
But in addition to that, you guys bring an expression that we all feel. And then we get to share it throughout the club. When the new members come in, the old members come out like,
Makes
oh,
it
what's
easy.
this new vibe
Makes
going
it
on?
easy.
Because it's the certain level
Yeah.
of treatment, because it's very different,
Yeah.
and I'm sure you both can attest to that.
Yeah.
Is from the normal restaurant and bar world,
Yeah.
it's, hey, we're getting these plates out, we're getting these drinks out as
No.
quickly as possible. And here it's like, well, there's a level of treatment people come to expect because, it's a membership organization. So people are
Yeah.
paying just to exist there. And then on top
Yeah.
of that, there's a level of service.
But you got chef coming out the kitchen, shaking hands, kissing babies, talking to people. Joe coming out. What's up, guys? Try this drink. It's their vibe that we take too.
For the people
Yeah.
who want to give that out,
Yes.
because
Yes.
not everyone
Not
wants
everybody's
to
down for
shake
that?
my hand.
Yeah.
They don't.
Really?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
okay.
well, fuck them. Well,
Well, that's
shake
okay.
their hand.
That's okay.
we
That's-
enjoy,
that's
we love
great.
seeing you come out.
Yeah.
What's some names?
Just tell me minutes downstairs.
Yeah. Check me outside. How about that?
I think it like kind of escalated too because it took me a while. I don't want to speak for you, but it took me a while to adjust to going from the restaurant to this club to where
It's
it's like,
definitely an acclimation process.
oh
for
my
sure.
gosh,
Hands
it was
down.
so difficult.
Gotta be.
Yeah.
Because I remember like within my first couple weeks, oh, you're the manager. We need to change these plants in the bathroom. And I was like, okay, you don't like the plants. You can go
plants?
to you can go to some other restaurant. I don't care what. Oh, wait a minute, you're actually a member here.
Exactly.
You pay for these plants. So like, okay, so it took like 6
People
months.
ask you to change the plants?
They asked me to change the air fresheners. They said, "Did you change the scent in here?" It
No
smells different."
job too big. No request.
But at the same time, it took me a while to like.
That's
be,
a whole other podcast.
Yeah, we don't have that.
When
much
you
time.
guys own your own businesses.
But I know for me, I mean, I've been to a few bars, been to a few restaurants.
Just a couple.
and I've
Yeah,
been,
just a few.
I've
Just a
been
few.
I've been blessed that I've been, all over the world.
Yeah, of
and I've
course.
done this all over the world. And I've come to a strong conviction that it isn't the location, it's the people in the location.
Absolutely.
Always.
Yes.
100%.
The chef and the lead bar manager,
Yeah.
make or break it. And
Yeah.
then his team,
100%.
bartenders, dude, I mean, I'm a straight either whiskey, tequila, or mezcal. All you have to do is open the bottle and pour it in a glass.
Now Remy is in the mix.
Now Remy is in the
Remy
mix.
is.
Remy is in the mix because
When y'all getting another order?
we
I
are.
just found some underneath.
Okay. Oh, you did?
Yes, some
Very good.
the,
Okay,
Can you
then
pick up
Wednesday?
another bottle?
the other.
Wednesday, I'll buy it from Joe.
Okay.
First things first. We'll be back with Joe Wednesday.
No, that's important. That's important.
Very important.
That's
Then
important.
chef will come out and say, "What's going on, guys?"
But like, here's the thing. Like, I'll go and I'm either traveling on business or I'm traveling, for personal. And as soon as I get a vibe from the staff that is either serving my food or in particular sitting at the bar, and the bartender has energy, has enthusiasm, has interest, is curious, has dialogue, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm like absolutely done. It's a wrap. I'm there. I love this place, right?
Yeah.
So I've traveled and I've been to other clubs other than the San Diego one. Okay. So I've experienced it firsthand. It's fine. But I have to tell you, no smoke, man.
Yeah.
The energy and what you guys bring
Hell yeah.
to the experience for people like us,
Yeah.
it just can't be matched.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Well, there's a lot of like
I'm fucking spoiled.
no, but,
Yeah.
well, it's a lot about
spoiled.
like this is our business card. This is how you measure us,
I get it.
right?
Yeah.
I get it.
Not
but not
only-
everybody does that.
You're right, but not everyone's Kobe Bryant either, or Michael Jordan. Or and I'm not saying that we're the Kobe.
Kobe!
Bryant, Michael Jordan. Yeah, R.I.P.
Kobe!
What are we cheering?
Oh,
Oh,
the empty
glasses.
Oh, empty glasses. Oh,
Mike, you got
Bar
something over
manager
there.
guy.
I got.
He's getting something. He's getting.
Oh, you got more?
No,
Okay, no.
Oh,
But
we were ready.
I got you, bro.
but the idea,
Because he's got the fix. He's like, he's just going to make a drink.
yeah, the idea. Oh,
Oh.
Right there, baby.
I'm
that's
opening
good
this now.
stuff.
Yeah, open that up.
I'll put a little red breast 12 on a little bit of lime and a
I'm
cube.
gonna pour it right in here. I don't care.
Yeah, same here.
It's like a cocktail.
Do you need help with that?
Yeah.
You've been doing it
You want the
right.
pro?
You know you're on film.
Why are you embarrassing me, Joe? After I gave you a compliment?
you embarrassing yourself.
No, he didn't have to say, "You need help with that."
Well, you really
Did
look
you
like
not go
you
to
did.
the gym? Here you go. You
really look like
we
you
need
did.
to talk about the bar manager.
I'm sorry, just so used to saying it to you at the University Club too.
Do you need a knife, bro?
Yeah,
Our service just never stops.
Never
It's
never
not,
stops.
right?
But you know what? I have compared not necessarily food and drink, but the vibe, as Mike said, of the club. I've compared it to different restaurants and different places. And,
Restaurants.
And the food is
Yes.
good. Drinks are great, all of that. And I'm just like, but the service sucks. Like, you can't say hello. You can't, come out and nothing. Like, get the hell out.
Although, unfortunately, I think
Yeah.
a lot of it comes down to the patrons, too. Because in a lot of establishments, patrons show up and they just want to be served. They want to be talked to. They want to get in, get out. Even at nicer restaurants, it happens all the time. But, like, we go back to the fact that people pay to be a member here. They expect some level of treatment where it's like, well,
anybody
I want to
eat
be
that?
known here. And, I want to actually know the staff and be a part of the community. You going to take that whole thing?
Yeah.
I asked.
There's a little bit more on the side over here.
I asked and nobody did anything.
You're absolutely right. I think so.
But, and I think like some of it for me is that I love this place. I love the city.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love the opportunity to like tell my story here.
I love this.
Yeah. But with that comes like the great responsibility of having to do something a little bit more focused in order so I can continue to stay here and do the things that I want. Because it'd be a lot easier just to not do all this stuff and just go to a different market where it's cheaper or easier or whatever.
Yeah.
But this is some of this is what comes with it. It's not just food.
No, it's not.
It's not.
It's not.
No.
We started this show and we talk about it. We're going to keep talking about it as we go on and on and on. It's about people and purpose. That's what this show's about. And when people come and sit here with us, we want to bring interesting people who have a great story to tell about their purpose. And I think that that's what is the differentiator of when you guys show up. You're still pouring drinks. You have the same ingredients. You can buy the same ingredients as the next guy. But you have a purpose to entertain and create an experience, right? We talked about unique experiences.
Yeah,
Remember when we were doing that?
absolutely. Yeah.
That's like what it's all about, right? You have a purpose to create a unique experience for somebody who drinks the drink you made or some creation that you created, right? Mm-hmm. And if you see that or you deliver that, you're like, mission accomplished.
Which
Am
is
I
cool.
wrong?
You're right. He gets a little bit more of like the scope because I'm not necessarily connected to the reaction.
True.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's
I
true.
just have to I do it for me.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just do it because
like
I
that.
want. Like
I like
just,
that.
Yeah.
Because no matter what, when I go home at the end of the day,
Mm-hmm.
no one can take that away from me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's just like
Oh,
that's
I like
not.
that.
I'm not even.
Yeah.
I'm not even
I
running
like
the race
that.
against anybody else.
Yep.
I'm just
It's
doing it
you.
because I want to be
Yeah.
the best.
I
Yeah.
love that.
And that's why I'm in cooking in this industry. I became it was like you set the hook real quick, and I was like, ooh, I gotta scratch this itch.
Yeah.
Because growing up, I played things like baseball and I wrestled, and it's like very like as much as your individual performance
Right.
amongst a team
Right.
collaboration,
Right.
but no one's up at that plate besides you.
Yeah.
And you against one other person, right? And your individual performance determines how well the team does, right? I'm the only one on that mat with that other person, and it's either his hand or it's mine getting raised at the end of the day, right? And it's
I love
like you
that.
start to train
Yeah.
on what do I need to do in order to separate myself, not because like someone's gonna be like, cool, you're the best of this, like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because they could bring you up and then take you down.
But I always got myself.
Yeah.
And I keep setting my bar because one, it's sacrificial, this industry. I miss
do you mean?
I miss all sorts of things.
He's there
Birthdays
60
and
hours a week,
anniversaries
6
and
days
time spent with friends and family and loved ones and all these different things because
providing the
I'm
service.
providing something that's bigger than myself.
But I like you're the second person that I've heard to say, I do this for me. I don't know if you know Sha'Carri Richards, track star USA. She got disqualified for smoking weed.
She's the one with the really long
Yeah,
fingernails.
I think her mother passed, or
really?
someone passed, and then she smoked weed just to kind of cope.
She quick as hell.
whatever. And then she came back, and then she won the gold at another competition. And they started asking her questions. She was like, "I did this for me."
Yeah.
Because one minute you guys will crucify me, and the next minute you'll put me on the pedestal. I was like,
Hell
damn.
yeah.
So when you said that, I was like, yes, you know that. When you go home, you did this for you, and that's
And
right.
I'm doing it for all the people who've given me the opportunity to do so.
Yeah,
Right? Like I owe the guy, and I'm really good friends with my chef mentor. His name's Gregory Chavez. He's the chef of the Wine Vault and Bistro in Mission Hills. Really cool place. You're welcome, Chris. that's the owner of the Wine Vault. But his approach to food and his ability to give me the opportunity. I'm in culinary school. I'm like a month in. I'm green as green can be. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Had no idea what this was going to be in store. If I was even going to make it or not.
Right.
And in my world, we do a stage. That's what it's called. It's a working interview. It's a tryout.
Okay.
So there's no like sitting down with my best suit in front of the boss with here's my resume. How does it look?
Oh, you got cooked.
Yeah, it's an on the
No,
job.
you got to perform, and based on your performance of this tryout, sees if you make the team, and if you do make the team, for what position?
right.
for free. You do
For-
four
on my
hours of
own
working
time.
on his own time.
Wow,
That's crazy.
I mean,
man.
they'll feed you like, hey, you want a hamburger? Sure.
Yeah, we do it at the Uclub
Yeah.
still.
Everybody that comes to my team does a stage.
I don't know another industry
That does that.
that does. Well, more importantly,
Well, I mean,
that
besides like the
has
sports
people-
industry, right? Like
Yeah.
you try out,
okay,
you make
that's
it or
true.
you don't. Yeah,
That's or an actor,
Sure.
or somebody like that. I
you
get
have to
that.
perform.
You
Yeah,
have
well,
to
there's
perform.
some other like software engineering can be like that sometimes.
No, you just they give you a problem and then you write up the code. And
Yeah,
you
but
solve it.
some of them don't even have interviews any longer. It's like here to solve this problem.
Yeah,
And it's more of a
100%.
performance focus.
100%.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah,
talking
but
about food.
it's still you're giving
like-
them a problem and then you're creating basically an equation to solve the problem.
So as we were saying, you were talking
Software
about the food.
engineering.
We lost them. We lost them.
So the process, here it is. Here, chef, and it's about like, do you feel comfortable? Do you look comfortable, right? Do you go somewhere and you're like, Do you speak the verbiage? Do you walk the walk? Do you know how to move with each other?
Don't you make them do a dish for your stages?
No, I don't make it. Depends on what they're applying for. If someone's like really trying to like have significance in their role, they have to like make me at least one dish, right? A lot of it's like cooking temperatures, like give me a steak McRae, or a lot of it's knife skills because I can teach you how to cook the food.
Yeah.
But if you don't have the base, right,
You can't get it done.
it's going to be harder. So I can need to assess where you're at, so I can give you the tools necessary for you to be the best.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm not going to give the shortest guy. He's not doing the tip off. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like,
right.
If they
He's
start,
the point guard. He's running. He's the guy running the fastest possible. And so when I came in this industry, I learned very quickly that I didn't have to be the best. I just had to be better than you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then once I was better than you, all I had to do was be better than you.
It's just like the zombie apocalypse. You don't have to be the fastest one. Just faster than the slowest one.
Yeah. It's like swimming from sharks.
Just trip that one and you're good.
Or like backpacking. You just don't ever want to be the slowest person in the group.
exactly true. You get tripped by the bear.
So and then that's what became addictive. And then once you start to learn, and then do you have the personal like patience to manage people?
It's a people business, right?
It's a people business. Yeah. And this is the way I tell everybody when they come to work for me. We're people first. So I'll talk to you like a man or a woman or however, you know,
Like an adult.
Yeah. And then I hold you to the standards of the trade. You said you're a cook, so I'm gonna hold you to the standards of being a cook and what that means. And then I'm gonna do it underneath the umbrella of our corporation's HR specifics. Right?
So you're not gonna cuss them out on a regular.
I'm gonna pull him into the walk-in first, and then get him so no one else can hear him.
Hey, you dumb shit!
Yeah.
I said medium rare. This looks well done.
No cameras, no mics.
And so I take him into a safe place so they can cry, and not have everybody else see it.
And no witnesses.
Yeah.
So now that
Because now it's your word against mine.
Yeah, exactly. I never said that.
Yeah.
You called me a
Guess who
jackass.
wins?
No, I said find a jackass to take you to the farmer's market.
Never even had the conversation.
So both of you ended up in management roles, you know, organizing a team. And did you all aspire to ever achieve that? Or was it more of management found you and you just kind of grew into
For
the
me,
role?
there's no way to make money unless you climb the ladder to be the tip of the spear.
See?
It's not
ROI, baby.
It's not very lucrative to be a cook working 2 jobs, like
Fair enough, man.
because they're working the same hours I
enough.
am, but they're doing it the hard way. I'm working the long hours, but I'm doing it in one spot, and it's like
Costs money to surf the North Shore.
it certainly does. Costs a
go-
lot of money
or to
to
go
go to
snowboard.
PB and surf. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't know.
Play golf, all of that.
Yeah, that's not cheap either. So,
Torrey
but
Pines is not $25.
no, it's not.
But you know what's interesting? And I was actually going to say this until you made that great comment about, well, you actually asked a great question about why are they in management now? And you know what? That's going to afford you more resources to do other things that are important to you as well. But I found, correct me if I'm wrong, for the most part, it's an interesting thing in your guys' industry that there's this tremendous passion about creating these experiences for people, or just for yourself, right? But it doesn't necessarily equate to this monumental return on investment. You know what I'm saying? So you go into software, like you guys were making fun of us talking about. But the fact of the matter is that if Google gives this guy a problem and he writes up a bunch of code and solves it, he's probably going to get paid a fair amount of money to go work for them, right?
Yes.
You can make the most amazing dish. You can make the most amazing cocktail. And the business doesn't have the resources necessarily to afford that to you guys. But yes, there's this huge population of people that are so passionate about being in this space regardless. They know they can make a lot more money doing something else. They don't want to. Why? Yes, I asked it again.
Why? And because, yes, I do it for myself, but like, it does feel good.
Feels
It
great.
does. Like, there's no denying. Like, when you do something selflessly for others, there is a return for that. I don't have to. Just because I can't see your face doesn't mean that I don't know.
Right.
Mostly, I feel hopefully everyone enjoys.
Right.
The critiques are great too. Like I need to know, I need that data so I can continue to recalibrate, stay sharp, focus. Like over time,
Be your best.
Yeah.
and which is amazing. This is a great segue. I have a saying in the kitchen. Like I just don't believe that adult people should be apologizing for like things sometimes in a certain way. Like you're not allowed to say sorry, chef.
You're not allowed to.
You're not allowed to be like, hey, how come this is not good? Sorry. No. Don't be sorry. Be better.
Yes.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
Just because it holds accountability. I have accountability.
Yeah.
I gotta. If I do something wrong, I'll take
Right.
it. I'll accept it.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
take
I'm not gonna apologize to you that I dropped the ball and didn't give you the tools necessary.
You don't want
to
the
be successful.
sidestep. You want an action.
I just want you to be like, okay, look, I can be
Don't have
accountable
time for
as an
sidesteps.
adult.
Yeah.
This is
Don't just
Because
stand
you're
in the same
an
place.
adult first, and then you're a cook, and then you're a person in this business. So if you just want to think that you can just write me off and be like, sorry,
Yeah.
no, it's not
Because
acceptable.
it's almost like a cop out.
Because you're an adult.
It didn't happen.
If you're 9,
It just happened.
I'm sorry. Okay,
Yeah,
sure,
yeah,
you're
yeah.
9.
Yeah.
You don't really
When
know how to
you're 29,
articulate.
get your shit together.
Yeah, be better.
Be better.
Be better.
Be better.
And now that we're training everyone to like think about it differently, then it's about like now we're starting to push ourselves to be like better people. Like, are you getting out? Are you like taking care of yourself? Are you being healthy? Are you doing the right things so that you can perform at a higher level?
High capacity. Yes.
So you can perform at a higher level. I don't give a what your discipline is.
Yeah.
I don't care what your business is, what your brand is. Doesn't make a difference. If you want to continue to make more money year over end, no matter what it is, you have to perform at a higher level.
Yeah.
You have to have that like
Yeah.
that thing, that switch. When everyone else is tired, you tired?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
You'll
I
be
don't
all right.
care.
Yeah.
Go home, go to sleep.
Yeah.
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 And then bring it.
Oh, I'm not healthy. Then stop eating fucking cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
Go on a run.
Yeah.
Go run.
Yeah.
I don't care. Swim, walk a dog,
Yeah.
milk a cow. I don't care what you're gonna do. You know what I mean? But just do something different because you're gonna need to do something different in order to get different results.
Absolutely.
And if I want my program to have different results, then I need to push the team not only on the court but off the court.
Right.
Because what you do off dramatically affects what you do on. And I'm only results based.
Right. Bring it.
That steak that didn't like, you don't care that the guy's hung over and been up for 2 days. No, you
Don't care.
You don't. It's not even a part of the equation.
No,
Yeah.
it's not.
It's just do it right.
Yeah.
Be better. And so, and I think like, but it's like something you have to practice.
Yeah.
Right. I can't expect someone to do something that I'm not willing to do myself. So it's a lot of like. But then when you believe in it, and then you make them believe in it, and they really believe, then there's magic there.